but fear is definitely a real thing. And I was just like, what if people don't want to see David Banner? And yesterday, y'all showed me that you really do want to show up and show out. You guys do want to help the community. You do want to learn more. And, I just got a lot of inspiration because we had, or they had, because it wasn't my event, they had an amazing, well, it's all of our events. So yes, we one together had an amazing event with a huge turnout, especially from 6 to 10 p.m. on a Monday evening. It was so beautiful. I really am so inspired for July 23rd and what that's going to look like. I'm excited. In other news, I just want to say thank you. I'm so appreciative. I'm so appreciative. God is so good. So really quickly, we have some events that are taking place that I want to touch on really quickly before we get into this news and pop off with this craziness. Cruise Cares, you guys know, Cruise Construction. Well, Cruise Construction is putting on their first annual ever Cruise Cares Walkathon, making strides for a better community, a 3-mile walk to benefit cruise youth summer works, help cruise companies raise awareness, and provide jobs to youths in Roxbury, Dorchester, and Mattapan. Tell me what other, and I just recently learned this, right? I just recently learned that Cruise is the only Black-owned or Cape Verdean-owned business, construction business in the eastern states. It's 2016. So this blows my mind, and we're gonna have conversations with them and talk a little bit more about some type of sponsorship or them helping other Black-owned construction companies up and coming. But they were the first ever in the northeast states, and I think that's absolutely amazing. Throughout the walkathon, Cruise Cares will be focusing on youth employment and the Cruise Youth Summer Works program. The program targets youth living in cruise managed properties and other youth living in the area. Through a job for the summer, youth are offered an opportunity to develop wide ranges of job skills and training in specific careers. A summer job also helps the youth prepare for college and develop their leadership potential. This is taking place on Saturday, June 4th. The kids and I will be there. Nari's birthday is on Sunday, June 4th from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. I wish, because I'm going to be late. From 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Franklin Park in Dorchester, the Blue Hill Ave entrance. Again, shout out to Cruise Cares. Shout out to the I'm not going to say only, one of the only companies out here that are meeting diversity requirements. You got to give respect when respect's due, baby. California boy, 12 years old, has decided whether he will attend UC Davis or UC Santa Cruz. Yes, I said that right. That 12-year-old baby, he is a Chico. He will be attending one of these two colleges after he has already received 3 community college degrees last year. His name is Tanish Abraham. He graduated from high school at the age of 10. He began taking community college classes when he was 7. The child prodigy received the Regent Scholarship from UCSC, the highest honor awarded to incoming students. Quish believes that he will be able to obtain his MD. That baby want to be Dr. Doogie Howser. He believes that he will be able to obtain his MD by the age of 18 and dreams of becoming the president one day. And my baby is, you already know, his name is Tanish Abraham. He's absolutely beautiful. I am so happy. I'm so proud. He wants to be a doctor. He thinks he can be an MD by the time he's 18. He graduated from high school at the age of 10, started taking community colleges at the age of 7. He is currently going into college at the age of 12. Can you please say hallelujah? Because once you bring these babies up and you teach them and you guide them in the way that they should go, trust and believe they will not depart from it. And really sad news. I really hate this because all of our hopes and dreams, I feel, personally, let me speak personally. Bill Cosby admits to sexual encounters with teens and says that the agency sent him young models on a weekly basis in a pause. disposition released the day before he learns if the sex assault will go to trial. Now, the crazy thing about this, and the thing that bothers me the most as far as the attack on Bill Cosby is, we know that David Bowie, we know that some of the rock and roll artists, there were magazines that covered 13, 14, 15-year-old models that were known as industry groupies. They were known as the baby groupies. And during the 70s, during the 80s, people were having sex with these kids all the time. Multiple times with these baby groupies, 13, 14, 15 years old. But today we look at it like, oh, that was just the times. So he admitted to having sex. Bill Cosby admitted to having sex with Teresa Sangrenese. She was 19 in Las Vegas in 1976. Pause. You can't sit here and say that he was having sex with teenagers when the girl was over the age of 18. It was over the legal consent age. And we have David Bowie and other rock and roll artists that were having sex openly with 13, 14, 15-year-olds called baby groupies. If you don't believe me, just read. David Bowie was the one that just died, Aman's husband. David Bowie was having sex with 13, 14, 15. When he died, nobody even mentioned that. Like, no one cares. But Bill Cosby, we're going to bring up the fact that he had sex with a 19-year-old. I really hate the narrative. I really hate the framing, and I really hate how we attack. Mr. Nubian, go on, Mr. Nubian.
The problem with Bill Cosby, he was thinking of teenage white women. That's the whole key. If those girls were all dark-skinned black, this would not be in the media.
Oh, Lord have mercy. But the baby groupies were white too, though.
That's what I'm saying. Most of the groupies, if you look at the chart of the women he slept with, most of them were attracted white women. And that's another thing, they were attractive. See, white men don't mind you having that fat, ugly throwaway. But once you start dipping in their quality,
this is Mr. Nubian.
That's when you're gonna pay. That's why, like, look at OJ. And I mean, not that Nicole was all that, but she was above the fat Becky that you see most of these groupies walking around in Roxbury. You go above a 7, you're in trouble. I mean, that's just a fact. And Bill Cosby was foolish. I mean, he had a beautiful wife. He could have went to any country outside of here if he was into snow bunny. Not that I would recommend that pork crap, but to do it here, I mean, that was just stupid. And he was doing it in the 60s and 70s. That alone tells you he must have been doing some coke. Because a Negro gets called rape by Becky in the 60s and 70s. You didn't even get your day in court. It was just a show, and then you got hung. It was that simple.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Mr. Nubian, can we stay on a positive note today? Can we please?
All that type of money for future brothers who are going to be rich. If you want a snow bunny, go to Russia. You can get all the snow bunnies you want for less than $100, and it's quality. I mean, personally, I would never do it, but if you are so addicted to that crap, I mean, why lose millions of dollars for like, $2 chicks? I mean, you can go to Russia, you can go to Sweden, and they don't care you messing with their daughters.
Lord have mercy. That's Mr. Nubian, y'all. You don't have to agree, but you definitely can call 617-282-0062. And then there was light. I talk about this all of the time, but I think it's funny that it pops up in the news. An incredible moment. A huge fireball soars through the sky, illuminating 5 Mexican states. How many days? Let's go. I wish we could go back. I wish we could pull the actual clip up. When I said Mexico's like, hey, there they go. There's the aliens. They just coming to visit. And America's like, no. What you saw was we were testing missiles. And what had happened was, no, the fireball passed through the Earth's atmosphere, causing a shockwave. Scientists are disputing whether it was a meteorite or not. It is thought to have reached the ground and there was no damage that was caused. AKA, they have no idea where the hell it went to, what it was, or they're just going to be speculations, and that's about it. 5 Mexican states. If that was 5 United States, I can tell you now, it would have been this like new rollout of a airplane coming out. They were testing some features. This is international news, mind you. New York Police Commissioner says that marijuana is responsible for the vast majority of violence in the city. William Bratton criticized states that have legalized the substance. NYPD refused to provide statistics to support the commissioner's comments. In 2014, Mayor Bill de Blasio loosened cannabis possession restrictions. Joke between a friend of mine. It's just like, Tayla, where's the facts? Tayla, where's the facts? Where's the supporting facts? I don't need any. I'm a tourist. Like, with tourists, we're so, if we feel something, it's the truth. I don't know where my tourists at, but we don't necessarily need facts. If our soul feels like it's the truth, guess what? It's the truth. That's all the statistics we need. And apparently, William Bratton must be a tourist because he was like, we don't need facts. The vast majority of violence in the city is because of marijuana. But I do want to point out the fact that, do you guys remember the day that we had Stephen in here and we were talking about marijuana, and he was talking about how marijuana has been altered in the recent years and is the reason why people are so angry, why people are so mad. And, you know, I have a friend of mine that has this very same theory that unless you're growing your own marijuana, you really don't know what you're smoking. You really don't know what that, not only the THC, but what other drugs are activating certain things in your brain. So I have a friend who is a diehard pothead that, you know, grows because they honestly believe that these new strands of weed are nothing more but things that make certain parts of your brain work the way that they're not supposed to work. A VA secretary compares the veteran wait times. And listen, I love my vets. I have a family full of vets on the left, on the right, on my mama, on my daddy's side, on the mama side, on the daddy side, like everywhere I have a vet. So people feel some type of way because I mentioned the fact that the Boston police, the state police, the MBTA police pull from first disabled vets and then vets, not giving civilians any, it's 100% vets first. Not giving any percentage to the every man, the common man, the civilian man or woman, and just strictly pulling from a pool of vets. So people are like, oh, Tayla doesn't care about vets because I care about equity. Okay, so I love my vets. VA secretary compares veterans' wait times for medical care with the time people stand in line at Disney World, as he says that he doesn't have to measure or collect statistics. Baby, you do have to measure or collect statistics because the reason these men and women fought for their lives for this country, there is no reason why we should be treating these vets the way that we do. There is no reason why there should be any vets when we have houses that are boarded up, when we have houses that are condemned, when we have buildings that are in perfectly good use that the city just shuts up, but yet we have a veteran living on the street. Not, I swear, if I was president, if I was mayor, there would be a will and there would be a way, because we find the will, we find the way to sit here and have all the wars that we want, billions and trillions of dollars of war. But when they come back for making $34,000 a year, we didn't got time for them. Literally. Because they're waiting like they're at Disney World to see a damn doctor. I was listening to a report when they were talking about veterans and appointment statuses, and you would have to, the doctor cannot, if you get a referral, the doctor does not call the vet has to call the doctor. Now, for 5 seconds, where's some common sense? We're going to have a whole conversation once Veterans Day comes up, but it really grinds my gears because I do care about our vets and I do love our vets and I support our vets, but I don't think as a society, we always scream vets, what are we actually doing for our vets? Baltimore cop is not guilty over the Freddie Gray death. Officer accused of assaulting the 25-year-old black man who died in police van walks free. Pause. If anybody saw that video of Freddie Gray being picked up from the ground and put in that police van, somebody needs to be held accountable because his vertebrae was all types of messed up before they even put him in the van. That's why he died. He died because... I'm going to pause. I'm going to just stop. We're going to leave it there. He was found not guilty. Somebody needs to be held accountable. Somebody needs to... to pay. I'm not into revenge, but karma is that itch that's in the middle of your back that you can't scratch, and I'm waiting for that. Because you're not my baby away, and I do perceive it like that. 25 years old, 15 years old, 35 years old, that's somebody's baby. A Merrill Lynch banker, 23 years old, plunges to his death out of his 26th floor Manhattan apartment after eating magic mushrooms. Whoa, Alex Lagowitz was found dead on the third floor patio on Sunday at 10:22 a.m. Unclear whether he jumped, fell, or somebody pushed him. I added that last part because he worked for Merrill Lynch, and we already know these bankers have been being killed or dying at massive rates. You don't believe me? Go read. Read how many bankers have died in the last 10 years. Read how many bankers have died in the last 24 months. Except these are real. This isn't a game. Unclear whether he jumped, he fell, or Tayla said somebody pushed him. Body was found directly under his 26th floor bedroom window. He is reported to have consumed 4 grams of mushrooms. I don't know what that means as far as his high is concerned, but somebody knows. And like, damn, he had that much. His roommate, Max Kaplan, 22, was arrested for criminal possession of magic mushrooms. And we are going to have a conversation about magic mushrooms and why our ancestors used to eat them on a regular basis prior to being spiritual. But a Canadian student who stabbed 5 to death at a house party believed he was killing Medusa and werewolves and says the Son of God was controlling him. Matthew DeGrod has admitted to stabbing 5 students to death at a party. DeGrod was 24 years old, claims he believed he was killing Medusa and werewolves. He said that the Son of God was controlling him and thought the apocalypse was here. Students had garlic to keep the zombies away and thought he was Darth Vader. DeGraw denies murdering, and the attorneys are going to urge for mental instability. Also said there's a crazed naked man running out into the road in LA, launches himself on the top of a moving car. In the bizarre incident that occurred at Studio City, a naked man was hiding in a parked car and then ran out into the road. The white hatchback passes by. It is a picture of it, but the man throws himself at the car and then he runs up and collapses on a sidewalk. Again, this happens in California. So this is an article from 2015, October 2015, introducing Flakka. You guys remember that Flakka? We talked about it about a year ago, and it's Australia's most terrifying new drug, which turns users into zombies and causes them to strip naked as their bodies overheat. America's scariest new drug is now available in Australia at just $15. It's called Flakka. It makes people smash windows, jump off balconies. The drug has been detected in mining and oil company workers. Flakka has also been found in post-mortem Australians. And one of the things that I want to say is, y'all, again, I go back to the marijuana. I go back to my conspiracy theorist friend that says there's something in these new drugs. And where's Flakka? What is Flakka? Where is Flakka? And what did it come from? A lot. Like, we really need to consider what's going on out here. Again, I want to remind you that Bayer is buying Monsanto at a cash price of $62 billion. How you have $62 billion in cash, boo? How you do that? I'm ready. An Alaskan inmate who broke out of jail returns to the prison 3 hours later in an SUV to free others. Listen, that is a die-hard friend right there. He made some ride-or-die friends in jail. Joshua Yaska, 20 years old, escaped from jail on a bicycle before returning to free others with an SUV. Police said Yaska came back to prison to help the other inmates flee. Troopers say they caught up with him after he broke into relatives' homes. Yaska could face charges of 4th-degree escape and 3rd-degree assault. I want to give him the biggest shout out on earth because that's really a ride or die. In the sense of when you escape jail, when you escape, prison, you don't go back. don't plan on going back, but for him to go back and try and free Willie, I'm sorry, it's hilarious to me. Really quickly, and there's so much news that I want to cover. I'm going to put all of this on the Wake Up with Tayla Andre page, not the Tayla Andre page. People have told me that it clutters that page. So it's the Wake Up with Tayla Andre page. I will go ahead and connect it again to the Tayla Andre page, TaylaAndre. I want to give a huge shout out to Blavidity. BLAVITY.com. It is absolutely an amazing website that I think everybody should get hooked to. Again, I want to remind you that if you want to see change in your community, you want to be engaged, and you do the Facebook or the Google Plus, please get on Twitter. I talk about this all the time. Twitter is like immediate gratification when it comes to responses from companies. If you want to put Dunkin' Donuts on blast, immediate response. If you went to Fridays and they messed up your order, immediate response. If you've ever had a problem anywhere, companies, organizations, government, there's hashtags for that, like immediate response. I promise you, you'll love it. Again, huge shout out to our sponsors, ZC Boston, 801 Mass Ave, free parking, weekend half price sushi, and make sure you get a lychee martini. It's the best sushi in the city. I personally believe so. And Aria Nasaria said they have the best poo-poo platters, some of the best chicken. They're open and deliver. I mean, guess what? They deliver in Roxbury, in the middle of the hood. Where nobody else wants to deliver, they're delivering. Shout out to faithnaturalsbeauty.com. For free samples, make sure you go to the .com. You can absolutely give her a call and go on her Instagram. But if you go to faiths with an S, naturals with an S, beauty.com, you will get free samples. Get the Pum Pum wash, get the deodorant, get the rose infused oil. And don't forget Cruise Cares, June 4th. This is not a sponsor, but I believe in Cruise. I believe in their movement. I believe in what they're doing. I'm very proud of what they're doing. And so I'm going to mention what they're doing. The first annual Cruise Care Walkathon, making strides for a better community, a 3-mile walk to benefit the Cruise Youth Summer Works. So the children that live in the Cruise apartments, the children that live around Cruise apartments can have summer jobs. When we have a construction company that's doing more than the city, we need to go ahead and put it up, give it up, and attend on June 4th. Amen. Ashe, Ashe. Don't forget the movie day on Saturday at the Strand Theater. David Banner's here July 23rd, and we are giving away tickets at the end of the show for Hidden Colors 4. It's a jam-packed day, baby. Jam-packed day. So I'm really excited. We have an awesome guest not in the building. I wish he was in the building because he has grown up to be a fun young man. Good rising, good rising. How are you, my love?
Very well. How you doing?
I'm super fantastic. So for those who don't know, please introduce yourself. Please tell them who you are. I'm going to just give them a little hint. If you have children or are a child and you saw the movie Holes, you know exactly who we're talking to.
Yeah, I go by the name of Cleo Thomas, an actor, an artist, an entrepreneur. You may be familiar with some of my work in the films such as Holes or Roll Bounce with Bow Wow or Walking Tall with The Rock or Dirty with Cuba Gooding Jr. Those would be some of the main roles that you may have seen me in.
Absolutely. I have a 12-year-old and he was like, Mommy, can I please come to the studio? Can I please? I was like, he's on the phone. He's like, oh, just tell him I said hi. So you have fans that are across generations. And I want to say first and foremost that your performance in Holes was absolutely amazing. And I appreciate your role in that movie. And can we talk about that, your role in the movie Holes, and, you know, that, you know, just what we know now of child's, you know, the children going off to prison, going off to jail. There's a documentary called Kids for Cash, where the situation that you were in is a real thing in America, and we're selling our kids and putting them in the prison system and feeding the prison industrial complex, as well as the school to prison pipeline. So the role that you played was so much bigger than yourself. Were you aware of that at that time?
I was aware of the fact that there were
young men, young women out there who are just seeing the world, for the first time, really, just being able to, they're getting raised by their parents who are, trying to give them a better life and trying to, to fight for the right to be able to put them in a school or give them housing and feed them. The homeless situation even here in Los Angeles is at an all-time high, with Skid Row, and then now they're doing all this industrial things and moving, they're trying to move the homeless out. So to be able to play a part where I represented that especially at a young age, I wasn't fully aware of at the time what I was doing. But for Holt, still be looked at the way it is, almost going on 10 years now, or excuse me, more than 10 years now, for it to still have such a great following and such a great message. And, it makes people think, to hear you actually put me in that actual, in the frame of what you're just speaking of, as far as the homeless situation, as far as our children, as the young men and women out here being put into a system that is unfair, not giving them a chance out here in the real world. It just lets me know that I did my part.
And you weren't even aware of it at the time, and it's such a beautiful thing. Is there anything that you do now that shapes that role or helps that role? You talked about the homelessness in Los Angeles, of which I heard about this past week from a Kozback event, and it's scary. As a matter of fact, the amount of not just homelessness, but the fact that people in California can't even afford to live, that they're now living in shipping containers. What's really going on out there?
California has never been a place where it's even been easy to live. I think they've been taxing people for years just because of the weather. Actually, it's something I told someone the other day. But, Skid Row has been something that's been going on here in Los Angeles for years. It's crazy to, drive down that 4 to 5 block radius and see just tents and tents and tents and makeshift tents of, the less fortunate, trying to live their lives and, trying to put themselves on their feet. The city has done certain things to help, but, I still think it's one of the worst things in the world when, this is one of the richest, I believe it is the richest country in the world, and we have, still this problem with poverty.
Absolutely. So I heard that you're working on a few things. You're now an entrepreneur. You were a child actor. Bring us through your take us from Holes until now. What have you been working on? What should we be aware of? You mentioned other movies that you were also a part of. How was it working with The Rock?
It was fun working with The Rock because I was a huge fan of him. I grew up watching wrestling, so to be able to be on set with him and, actually play wrestling video games with him playing as him and me playing as another wrestler, all great memories, man. So proud to see the fact that, he is the top box office selling name. I believe it was in 2015. It was all him. So that's a great thing to know that I was a part of, his legacy and him building up to where he's become. For me, I've continued to work. I've continued to do guest star roles. I've continued to do films. My latest film, Soy Nero, which tells the story of the United States green card soldiers. If you're not familiar with what a green card soldier is, please go do your research because they're serving our country every single day, protecting us. My film, Soy Nero, just went to the Bruges Film Festival, and it just won that film festival. Now it's going to Toronto next. And then next month, I am starting a production for my own independent film that I'm executive producing and that I co-wrote.
Ooh, yes. Hold on. Can we go back? Soy Negro. Can we go back to that? You said a green card soldier. Let's talk about that for a little while. And right now it's in the festivals and it's going overseas next. But what exactly is Soy Negro and what is a green card soldier and how did you get involved in this project?
So the film, it was funny. It was originally called Soy Negro, Negro, and I think because of the search that it was going on, they ended up switching the name to Nero, Soy Nero, which is the lead actor that is actually his name in the film. It tells the story of an immigrant from Mexico coming over the border, trying to find a better life, and realizing that it's not all it's cracked up to be on this side of the fence, and joins the United States Army. And in order for the people who don't know what a green card soldier is, if an immigrant comes to the United States and joins the Army, they're able to get their citizenship, and I believe it's 2 years they get their citizenship. So it tells the story of one kid who comes over the wall and wants to see a better life, joins the Army, and now he gets to see what it's like from the other side of it. People who are looking at them, looking to, take them out just because they're there on their land. But he's over here in, Iraq. I play a character named Muhammad, who's who's approached in a very negative way just because of his name by his fellow soldiers. Great story. It's got a lot of great reviews. Meryl Streep was the head of the judging team at this year's Berlin Film Festival, which is a really great film, really great and legendary film festival. And she was really vocal on how much she loved the project. So that meant a lot.
And I believe that I love the project as well. And I want to appreciate you because it's 3 a.m. in LA right now, and you're calling in to 6 a.m. waking up with Tayla Andre. And I want to first say I really appreciate you, and I appreciate this time, and I appreciate your dedication.
Thank you. No, I'm sorry. I don't sleep much as it is anyway. So I was like, no, I'm doing it. Absolutely. I would love to do it.
So with you not sleeping, what projects, you said that you're in production of your own project right now. What does that mean, and what will that look like?
What that means is we are getting ready to do our final castings, and then within the next month we will be on set, camera ready, crew ready, lights, camera, action, and let's shoot. I haven't given anything away yet as far as what the film will be about. I can't wait to surprise my following and my fans with something that's so relatable to them, that's really relatable to this entire generation of these new millennials who really just can't sit still for once, and who are so glued to their cell phones. That's exactly what the project will be about. I'm finishing up the album. I'm looking to drop the first single next week, and then I have a clothing brand as well. Still living and doing. We're getting ready to launch our 4th line now for the year. So staying busy across all boards. I have my own app company. So good to be, just doing what I do best.
Hold on. You have your own app? We need to start from the beginning, because you can't give us a sneak peek about what it's about.
As far as the film?
Yes, of course.
Oh, no, I can't.
Sneak peeks.
Yeah, I can't wait for people to see the trailer. Once we shoot, we're originally shooting the teaser trailer, and then we're going to give that to the people, and then they'll be able to know what we got up our sleeve next. But stay tuned, it is coming, and I really cannot wait for people to see this.
All right, fine. We don't get a sneak peek, but can we at least get an exclusive when everything is rolled out?
I will say everything will be rolled out by, what are we in, May? We're going into June. Everyone will see a trailer by August.
Okay, that works. All right, so we'll leave that project alone, even though I'm itching. Just like you said, this new generation can't sit still. Like, I'm itching for some information, but we'll wait until August. Aside from that project, you said you have an album coming out. I apologize because I didn't receive any music. I would have loved to play some. Can you tell us about the album? What's going on? Have you worked in music before? Are we unaware of your former music background? Because I just thought you were an actor. I didn't know you were a producer. I didn't know you were an artist. You have so many layers to you.
Yeah. With the music thing, it's always been a passion of mine. And, stemming from Holes, that I actually wrote the theme song for that film then when I was 13. So music has always been a passion of mine, and I've continued to do it as I've done my acting as well. This last 2 years, I took it very serious, and I closed up shop pretty much on the acting side, and I went on my own tour. I sold out 16 cities within the nation.
Wow!
Tour, so that was really fun to see the fans who've been supporting my music all along. 3 mixtapes, and from doing 3 mixtapes just from the fans listening online to actually go and see them face to face on tour was something really special. I had a single last year called 5 on it, which did very well. It became a really viral record thanks to the Vine app. That platform helped push that record into the mainstream. And then now I'm back. I'm following it back up with a project called Where Do We Begin? I have 2 singles off of that project called Poppin', and and wrote "That You Can Ride With Me." Those are the two singles that will be coming out, and then we'll be probably releasing the 2 music videos next week as well.
Thank you. When that does roll out, can we please have access to that? And quick question, is the song, how old were you when you wrote the theme song to Holes? And is it called Dig It Up? Is that the name of the song you wrote?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, 13. I was 13 at the time.
You were 13 and it became the song's theme. How, the movie's theme song, how did you, like, what was put in place for you to have that opportunity?
What really happened was every single day we shot the film in a very, very secluded desert called Ridgecrest, California. And we would have to take an hour shuttle ride all the way from the hotel all the way to the set. So for that hour, you know, we would all just be talking and rapping, and it kind of just became a thing. Like every morning, everyone would just kind of add on to the song and add on to the song and freestyle, including Shia, including Byron Cotton, including Max Cash, which were the other actors as well. And when the producer had heard about it, I guess she tried to play slick and just, you know, jumped in the shuttle one day just to see like what was really happening. So when she heard it, she had made the call to the studios and let them know, like, yo, you guys got to hear this, and we got to figure out how to make this a part of the film. And we did. We came back after shooting, and next thing you know, we were in the studio, and next thing you know, they ended up bringing Dougie Fresh to the table to help try to bring it to life. It was a very interesting like snowball of events.
Wow. I'm thoroughly impressed. And I want to apologize, not only for myself, but for others that just did not know how deep your rabbit hole went. I just thought it was a few movies, but I was completely unaware of your talent and your ability. And so on behalf of those that were not in the know, I apologize for not seeing your true value. And you're absolutely amazing. How old are you now?
I'm 26.
Lord have mercy. God bless your soul. I believe I have the theme song. Do you mind if we play it?
No, by all means, go ahead.
Awesome. So we're going to play this song. Some of you probably know it. If you ever seen Holes, I definitely have. That was Anari's favorite movie for like 3 years straight. It was on every day. So, and I don't know what exactly, he loved the fact that you guys became the underdogs and you guys were the winners and you guys beat the grown-ups, and you know, he feels like everything on earth is suppression. So I thoroughly thank you. This is Dig It Up from the movie Holes, and I hope you guys enjoy this.
Oh, dig those holes. Man, I'm tired. With broken hands and withered souls, emancipated from all you know.
Y'all know YouTube won't let me play it, so y'all better go on YouTube and go listen for yourself, or this whole interview is going to be slashed because YouTube cannot let me play music on our show. So we're going to just stare at each other, have awkward silence for 3 minutes and 42 seconds. But he is a very deep young man. I'm really excited for him. I'm really excited for his work. I'm thoroughly impressed. He has new music. He has a clothing line. He's producing and directing a new film. He has the new film Soy Nero, but of course Taylor's illiterate self is like Soy Negro. Cleo Thomas, 26 years old. I thought he was younger than that because of, you know, just his age and where he was in the movie. I thought he was younger than that, but he is absolutely amazing, and I'm so proud. And if you're wondering how he got on the show, I want to give a shout out to Nikki Curry, the best publicist on earth. She's not cheap, but she is definitely worth it. Nikki Curry can be found on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and tell her Tayla sent you. So, mwah! Nikki, I love you. He is absolutely amazing. And I didn't know. I wish we had some of his music outside of the Holes. We can pull it up. Okay, that's it before they cut us off. We only have a few moments left. We have 1 minute and 40 seconds left, and it looks like it blends out at the end, so about 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Really quickly, I want to remind you of our sponsors, ZC Boston, 801 Mass Ave, free parking, best sushi. On the weekends, if you go from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., you'll have half-price sushi. Shout out to Faith's Natural Beauties. Get the Pum Pum Wash, the deodorant, the rose-infused oil, and the Queen Divine bath soak. Yo, it's sex in a can. I love it. And if you have a woman who doesn't give you any, get some of that. You'll be good to go. Also, don't forget the Cruise Care event. The movie day this Saturday. This Saturday is all day movie day, and we are giving away tickets for Hidden Colors 4. So keep it locked towards the end of the show when we'll be giving tickets away. I remember that. What up, Justin? Shout out to my cousin. He does anything and everything that you need. Big City 101.3 FM, waking up with Tayla Andre, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 7. We are currently on the line with Cleo Thomas. Cleo Thomas was in the movie Holes. He was in like 22 other movies, but you probably know him best from Holes. That was the song from Holes, the theme song that we just found out that Cleo Thomas wrote. I didn't know. I was unaware. How can you take us through, like, how did you guys, it was just day to day, you guys just built on it, and then all of a sudden it just became a song. So you guys were just on the bus, chilling, parlaying, making beats, and then it just became the theme song. You have to understand that as a 13-year-old child, just making music and having fun and beating on the bus, for that to transpire into the actual theme song for a motion movie is just, that's huge, Cleo. Do you know how huge that is?
At the time, I really didn't know. I just, again, it was all fun to me. I mean, to tell you the true story, like I hadn't known even, 4 to 5 days being on set of that film that I had actually had the role, because a lot of people would all know, like, Holes isn't my very first. Holes is not my very first film. My very first film that I was on was actually Friday After Next with Ice Cube, way before Holes ever came out. But I had no idea really that I was casted or anything. So like 4 days later, it was still kind of surreal to me. So that whole experience was really surreal to me. I had accomplished a dream of mine. I actually found a box recently of my old kindergarten stuff that my mother had kept. And all of it said the same thing. All of it talked about me. When I get older, I want to be an actor. I want to be an actor. My dream is to be an actor. My goal is to be an actor. I want to accomplish everything. Was just always actor. So it didn't really click in that I had accomplished a dream that I had been telling myself about, since second grade, that it was actually happening right there. In the
Speak it, baby.
I hadn't known. To be honest with you, I didn't know.
So I went ahead and I had to pull up the clip of you being in Friday After Next. I'm like, no, he wasn't. Why would he? I don't remember him, but you were beating up on Ice Cube, and when he had the reindeer suit on.
Yeah, I was actually beating up on J.D. Curry, actually. Yeah, when he had the reindeer suit on.
Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I missed that. I saw Ice Cube's face, and then I was like, oh, I remember that part. You've come a long way. Aside from, like, let's take a pause from current projects. What if everything in the universe aligned perfectly? What would be your ultimate goal?
Really just to continue to grow with the team that I have around me, and making sure that every plan that we set up so far, just at least I get to see it through. I'm being in this industry as long as I have, and not having not one bad press article written about me is something that I'm proud of, because it wasn't ever in me. you see all the terrible breakdowns of certain, child actors. It just was never me. I just never wanted to be that type of person. I had my family and my mother and father to thank for that, for, raising me right and, keeping me level-headed. I have two little brothers and a little sister who I know looked up to me.
That's
and
so
I just
beautiful.
Wanted to not be able to disappoint them. So looking forward, it was always, to just continue to build. I understood after I hit a certain age, the platform that I did have, and I wasn't going to waste it. This is my dream. It's not only just, it took me a while to realize that, oh, you can be an actor, but look at all the things that can come with being an actor if you're actually able to use the platform that you have. With social media now and, how easy the world is to actually, people are running multi-million-dollar businesses just off of their phones alone, because they have the email and the camera, and that's all you need, So, the world has changed, and I'm just happy. I'm just glad that I've been able to grow a part of it. And who knows what the future holds, man. I have so many things up my sleeve and so many things happening. I just pray it all, continues to happen.
I believe you. I definitely believe you. And can we talk a little bit about your family? You said that your mother and your father kept you grounded. How was your family life during your youth?
Amazing. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better. Every time I booked a role, a major, it was weird. It was kind of a pattern. I would book a whole bunch of guest star roles during the regular year, and then when it came for summer vacation for my family, I'd end up booking a big role and on a film somewhere. And the whole family would, hop up in the GMC Suburban, and we roll out to wherever I was shooting the film. We shot Walking Tall in Vancouver, Canada. We shot Roll Bounce in Chicago. We shot Going to the Mat in Utah. I shot Remember the Days in South Carolina. I got to shoot Hurricane Season with Forrest Whitaker in New Orleans.
Ooh.
So it was amazing as I continued to grow and everything continued to happen. My family was always there, with me, and that's just something I wanted.
Oh, wow.
That's something I just always wanted.
That's such a beautiful thing. The universe always works out the way that it's supposed to. For those who don't know, we're currently on the line with Cleo Thomas. He is widely remembered as the Durable Zero, and that's exactly what Inari said. He was like, "Mommy, is that Zero? Are you interviewing Zero?" He's remembered as the Durable Zero in the Walt Disney featured films Holes, opposite of Shia LaBeouf. That's how you say it, right? LaBeouf?
Shia
LaBeouf. I'll mess up anybody's name, y'all. Wherever he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor Award, he has gone to appear in several big screen classics such as MGM's Walking Tall opposite of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Fox Searchlight's Roll Bounce opposite of Mike Epps and Megan Good, Dirty opposite of Cuba Gooding Jr., the Dimensions film Hurricane Season opposite Taraji, and Forrest Whitaker. Who are some of the people that you would love to work with, actors, artists, anybody that you would like to work with in the future?
Artists I would love to work with. I would love to get in the studio and work with French Montana and Big Sean. Those
Y'all hear that?
Like really creative artists.
Nikki,
that I would
can you
love to
tweet
sit
that?
at least once with and just see how they develop a song. On the acting side, I'm a fan of everyone right now. I'm a huge comic book nerd as well. So
Really?
It's a dream to be able to book something within the Marvel universe or the DC universe, because I actually know the actual history behind almost every character. So to be a part of that would be a dream. So, actors that I would love to work with, I would love to work with Tom Hardy. I would love to work with Shia again. I would love to work with, Rock again. But I'm really excited about this project that I'm putting together, because I think I went and casted some great up and comers, and a lot of people would value to this industry. So I'm looking forward to that more.
So some of the names that you mentioned are not the most influential men in the industry. How do you feel about music right now and the state of music and where hip hop has come from versus where it currently is?
I mean, music has changed. Music in general has evolved over time. Period. No era of music has sounded the same at all. To hear people, pretty much destroy. Don't get it. I'm not defending it in a sense, because I'm kind of upset, because I come from the era where I came up in the '90s. So when it came to urban rap, R&B, you had legitimate hit makers. They had a legitimate substance to their projects. Mind you, it was when it came to the Billboard Awards, they were never shown up there on the 90s any damn way. So it really didn't matter as far as mainstream goes. But just, being the culture of it and seeing how where it's gone to it, it's just weird to me because, after Roll Bounce, Bow Wow took me under his wing and I went on a screen tour with him as his hype man. So I got to see 32 arenas across the nation sold out, standing by the headline, standing courtside with the headliner of this entire tour. There's 30,000 people in this arena screaming for one person. That doesn't happen anymore. Unless you're, a pop star, there's no urban artist other than
for the Bad Boy reunion,
the Kendrick Lamar's and the J. Cole. There's no mid-level anymore. You're either touring at House of Blues, or you're in an arena. And every week there's a new group or there's a new rapper. It's like who gets to stay anymore? Like who's actually building a career here? No one's actually building it. Was that what we're not worried about anymore? I think music is done being a career. It's more of a platform now. Music has become a platform in which if you're smart enough, you'll be able to make other things happen for you and be compensated for those things and be lucrative for those things. Because music itself is not as lucrative as a lot of people may think.
You dropping jewels. So one of the first things you said that stuck out to me was the fact that music is a platform now. It's not, people aren't staying. There is no staying power. And if you're smart enough, you know how to use it and use it correctly. So as far as the platform is concerning, you being Bow Wow's hype man and being in that arena with 30,000 people, is that when you started your music career? Is that when you wanted to, okay, I see how this is now. I can do this. Is that when it all started for you, or was it something prior to that or after that?
It was something prior. After the film Holes and, also wanting to do music even after that, I toured by myself. I did, 4 or 5 shows across the nation, just, as a kid, with keeping the name Zero as well. Like even then, it was when we were doing Roll Bounce that Bow had heard about, yo, Cleo's actually doing that. Like he's actually doing music. And I'll never forget, we were shooting Roll Bounce and he had to go do a show in Jacksonville, Florida. So we got wrapped really early that day. I don't remember why, but he was like, yo, you got anything planned for the rest of the day? I'm like, nah. He's like, yo, come with me. Just like hop in the truck. Like it was weird. It was just really quick. It was like a split-second decision. He's like, yo, just jump in the truck with me. We're about to go do this show. So I grabbed my dad as well. My father was on set with me. I was like, Pops, I'm about to roll. He's like, all right, cool, we're rolling too. We hop in the truck. We head to a private jet, a private airport. We hop in a private jet. We fly down to Jacksonville. He's doing the show, and people are going crazy. So this is the first time I've seen it from this level, like from this angle, as far as being on the stage and seeing the reaction and the instant, momentum of how a show is carried. And all of a sudden, he stops the show and brings me out, and the fans lose their literally. I'll never forget that reaction. They went crazy because that was the first time they had seen Bow Wow embrace somebody else on a stage like that. So when he let them know who I was, it was this instant thing, even in his mind, like, yo, Clee has to be with me because the fans know him and he gets this. He understands what's happening. I don't have to teach him anything. So after that, after that, and then after Roll Bounce, and then going on Scream Tour, it became a thing for me to I know I've seen it at the highest of the highest levels. I got to see the arena sold out by hype manning with the big, who all these fans came to see. So yeah, in a way, almost I don't want to say it was a gift and a curse, but in a way it was because it's not even like that anymore. So you guys have to realize music has changed even from that era and that time. People ain't really selling out arenas like that no more.
Yeah.
People can say what they want about Bow. At the same time, he did it. When it was the Bow Wow era, that was a real era.
Yeah, absolutely. So Cleo, let's talk a little bit. I want to go back and you said that platform, and if they're smart enough, let's talk a little bit about your education. And as far as your parents are concerned, because I know a little fun fact that you have siblings, and all of you guys have the KH names. So you have a brother named Kadeem and Camille, and a sister named Kalia, and you know, of course, you. I want to know, as far as your mother and father are concerned, you know, how is that family life, or what is your background? What is your nationality? What do you, and also you celebrated your bar mitzvah, a tradition of a coming of age for Jewish boys. So I'm a little confused as to what category to put you in as society would have them.
And that's the thing, like society is so screwed up now that I don't even really touch on that, because half the stuff you're reading isn't even, it isn't even as legitimate as it makes it seem. Again, my family is my family. I love them dearly, and that means the most thing to me in the world. And how the world is today, everyone's so quick to judge something that they don't know about or don't seem to have the knowledge of. So I try not to even get into that really when it comes to when people want to come poking or trying to find out more about my nationality or my background or my family's religion. It's not something that I like to discuss.
Okay, well, we respect boundaries 100%, so we'll just leave that right there, and just say I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that you're like, I'm human, I'm a man, and I believe in other humans and other men, and my family is my family, and regardless of what we are or what our background is, I'll love them, and that's all that matters. And you don't see that in a 26-year-old. You don't see that in a 38-year-old. You don't see that in a 54-year-old. So I want to give a shout out to your parents for raising you the way that they did it. I want to say that you are so humble. Like you have this humility about you, and you wouldn't think, Cleo, that you are this huge name in the industry, which you are. One of the other things that I recently learned is that you also have a clothing line. Can you talk a little bit about your clothing line and why you decided to take the route of clothes when, everybody has a clothing line now?
Again, speaking from the entrepreneur, part of it, music is another platform. It's just a platform. Originally, the name of my brand is Slick Living, and it was the name of my third mixtape. And the fans kind of helped bring it to life. I noticed, through Twitter and through my other social media, that they had started reacting just to the name Slick Living. It meant something to them, and they wanted something to represent. So, we originally, I just created a T-shirt with a logo, and it sold out immediately. The fans loved it. They respected it. They knew that it had a meaning to it. And we've continued to help it grow. We've continued to, release limited edition items. And that's the thing that I've always loved about my brand, is the fact that you're not going to have to worry about seeing everybody with it, because that's not why I want to make clothes. I'm more concerned about people who want to buy it, who understand the meaning and want to represent Slick Living. And that's where it is today. It's become its own entity, and people love it. People respect it. People recognize it. And I'm just happy to know that Slick Living is going to continue to grow, and it's going to end up being the umbrella behind everything. Before you know it, you're going to see Slick Living on the side of one of these skyscrapers in a minute. We're going to go get, we'll have a liquor license, we'll have a liquor, we'll have cologne, we'll have perfume.
Okay,
okay. Casino too,
So you just claiming all of it. When two or more touch and agree, I totally believe in your brand. And for those who want to be a part of that Slick Living and who want to represent, what exactly is Slick Living, and how can I, incorporate that into my everyday life?
When people see me, again, you wouldn't, how you just said it, you wouldn't think that I am the way I am. And I want people to understand that Slick Living is me. How you see me when you finally, break through whatever it is you may think that I am or how I am, you see the hardworking individual who wants nothing but the best for himself and the people he cares for and loves, and is not willing to take no as an answer. And that's really what Slick Living means, to go out there and get yours no matter what. Never hear a no, because if there's a no, I guarantee there's a way around it. And that's what Slick Living means. People have respected it and appreciated it. feel that that's what helps them wake up in the morning. I get numerous text messages, DMs and Snapchats about people who say like, "Yo, I wear my silver necklace every day just to remind you." I wear my shirt when I'm going through a hard time. My hats, and people enjoy it, man. I'm just happy to know that it represents something so positive.
Absolutely, absolutely. For those who don't know, we are currently on the line with Cleo Thomas. You best know him for his role as Zero in Holes. What I would like to do is, for those who are just now tuning in, Big City 101.3 FM, Waking Up with Tayla Andre, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 7. I want to give Cleo a moment for you guys to ask him any questions. 617-282-0062. Feel free to call you guys, or you can do the anonymous thing, TaylaAndre. Again, Cleo Thomas, you know him for his role in Holes as Zero. He was in other films as well. But what I would like to do is play for you a song that he wrote and produced with the helps of his castmates during Holes. I'm really proud of him. I think he is an amazing young man that has so much morals, so much value, so much integrity. And I definitely apologize for not seeing that value at an earlier date. And just, he was just Zero. Can I be transparent? He was Zero, and I was Thank you for that. And to see how complex he truly is, it makes you think how one-dimensional we see these artists, or we see these actors, or how one-dimensional we see those that are on film, and we don't really see them for who they truly are. So, again, I am so humbled by your humility. This is Dig It Up from the movie Holes.
With broken hands and withered souls, emancipated from all you know.
Again, for those that are on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, we are unable to play the song because YouTube will pick it up and say, Tayla, you don't own that. So unless you own it or you pay for it, you can't use it. So during this time, I just want to say that I love and appreciate you, and I thank you for tuning in. And Cleo is absolutely amazing. He wrote this song at 13 and ended up being the theme song to the movie, to a Disney film. Not even just a movie. It'd be one thing if it was just a movie. To a Disney film, he wrote. That's crazy. Nikki Curry, I want to give you a huge shout out, because if it wasn't for you, this interview would not be possible. You are absolutely amazing. It's Nikki, Nikki Curry, like the shrimp. Like, no, YouTube doesn't suck. I understand that the artists want their music. I understand that the artists, want their respect, and I'm gonna give you respect when it's due. And I didn't write the song, and people pay good money for the song, and Disney ain't finna ask me for no cash. Not I, said the fly. So I'm really excited for him, and I'm really excited for where he's going in life. We currently have 20 minutes left. We're gonna talk a little bit more about future products, and for those that are just now tuning in, I want to talk about Soy Nero again, which is a story about green card soldiers and what that means. And then if you guys have any questions, apparently you guys don't have any questions. I have one in the inbox, though, one on Facebook. So we'll take that one. And I'm really surprised I don't have any questions for him, though. Hello, Melvin. Uncle Melvin. How was it for him to play the role in Walking Tall with The Rock? He was a young man. You know what, Nikki? I really don't remember that movie. Is that what he was? He was a young man that was on drugs? Oh, he was a little thing. He was so tiny. Big City 101.3 FM, waking up with Tayla Andre, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 7. Good rising, kings and queens. How are you feeling? I am absolutely super fantastic. We have an amazing guest on the line, Cleo Thomas. You know him from Holes. He played Zero on Holes. He was also opposite Dwayne The Rock Johnson in Walking Tall. He was also in Roll Bounce opposite Mike Epps, Megan Good. Dirty opposite Cuba Gooding Jr. Hurricane Season opposite Taraji and Forrest Whitaker. And you can also see him in several television classics such as Fox's Bones and House, as well as Sons of Anarchy and CSI. So he's been busy. He's been in the lab. Quick recap, Cleo, can you just let the listeners know about the movie projects, about the audio projects that you have coming out, everything that you can speak on? Will you speak on that just so we can give a recap of all that you've done over the years and what you're currently in the mix of working on now?
We begin, that is the album, and it drops next month. I went back in the studio with an artist and a producer named Chris Batson. We actually did a dual project together called After Everything Fades, which was on MTV Top 10 Projects of 2015. So that was really cool.
I guess that could work.
We begin out drops
we'll
next
see.
month.
We'll see. But I don't.
Film-wise, myself, Soy Nero is headed to the Toronto Film Festival. It just won the Bruchette Film Festival. And I start production on my film that I'm executive producing that I co-wrote as well next month too. Staying busy.
So we have a quick question. You were the nephew to The Rock, and you tried drugs for the first time in the film. Can you speak on that, on being a child and seeing how that looked like from a child's perspective, and how that has shaped your ideals of drugs today?
I think it was important to touch on it even at that time because it became an epidemic, really. You know, you have so many young, even in this generation, I think it's a little bit worse. This younger generation they're a little too free. Like, they get to see the world in a completely different light. Their phones are literally their gateway to everything. So to be able to portray that role and be able to have that part implemented inside the movie. And, you know, I believe the drugs that I used at that time were crystal meth. I believe that's what the script had asked for and put forward. I think it was, again, an important thing for me to touch on. And I'm actually happy that a lot of the roles I have taken on had a great meaning behind them.
Absolutely.
I remember I did a ER episode, and the character that I had played had contracted an STD, and that helped me be able to talk to, go on the road and talk to the schools about safe sex and protecting yourself. So, just realizing that, a lot of my films have had, or a lot of my projects have had a great meaning behind the character. So, yeah.
And was this all, I don't want to say by accident because everything happens for a reason, but were they roles that you were like, I really want to portray this and I really want to, touch on that. I think I'll take this role. Or was it like, I'll take the role. Oh, wow. I didn't know I had that much impact.
Sometimes it was that. Sometimes it was the other option. I'm very keen on what I want to do and what I want to accomplish. So some roles it was that, some roles it weren't. And again, nothing was given to me. Even, people look at my career and be able to pinpoint holes and then see everything else afterwards and like, oh, it was given. Nothing was given. I continue I've had to audition for every single role. I've had to go up against, other actors in callbacks 4 or 5 times. And that's just how it goes. That's just the nature of the business. Nothing was given though, so I've always had to work for it.
And have you ever had a role that you wanted that you did not get?
Several. There's been several. I couldn't even tell you like the one that hit me the most. I really couldn't. But there have been several roles. And that's just the nature of the business. I heard a million no's before I ever heard my first yes anyway.
Hey.
So, and that's just how it goes in this industry.
That's how it goes in life, baby. That's life. You're going to hear a million no's before you can get to a yes. I don't care what industry you're in. So we're coming to the top of the hour, Cleo. I am very excited for the work that you're doing. I'm very excited to watch you grow because you're still a very young man. For those who want to know, I have somebody in my inbox that's wondering if you're single or not.
I am single. And I think I made the decision a long time. Well, not a long time ago. I made the decision that I think I'm going to end up being one of those people who is a very secluded recluse after all the work is done. Like I don't know. I can't see myself sharing my world with another person. It's kind of weird.
Wow.
I know it's weird to talk about, but it's just one of those things. Like a relationship, you have to put so much of your time and your effort into, and this is all I've ever known. This is what my time and my effort and my mind and my thoughts, this is all it is, my career and the things that I want to accomplish. So I don't really see that ever really being an option for me. And my mother has accepted that, so as long as she accepts it, I'm cool. She got two other brothers. I got two other brothers who can give her grandkids later.
Oh, that's so cute. But I love the fact that to thy own self be true. He said, listen, that life is, I'm not about that life. Last question, and then I definitely will let you get back to your 4 a.m. sleep time. But that was absolutely dope and deep as well. But last question for the children that are out here that want to be actors, for the children that are out here that want to be producers. And like you said, this is not a stay industry, but you can't have a multi-million-dollar company corporation with your phone. What would you say to those young entrepreneurs, to those young writers, to those young artists? What moment would you share with them on that, like, keep going, don't give up, but I've been in the industry, so this is the reals? What would you share with them?
Study the world. You got to study the world. You have to study the lane that you're trying to break into. I think a lot of the new generation, they're trying to do everything from the beginning without one platform. They're assuming one is going to work, so that way everything else can take off. It doesn't work that way. You're literally spreading yourself thin, trying to do everything at once. If you don't have that one platform and able to branch off of, you're running yourself into the ground. Pretty much, you're straining yourself. It's not worth all that. You find what it is that you genuinely feel, that you can also enjoy. It's also about the feeling and the enjoyment of it as well. Don't get it twisted. I love what I do. I couldn't picture anything else. I couldn't picture myself doing anything else. Oh, maybe I wanted to be a marine biologist at a time, but that was a long time ago.
I think we all did.
I didn't
want to play with animals.
To do that. I didn't get a chance to go to school for marine biology, but being able to do what I do, I enjoy it and I love it. So the first thing is like, yo, are you really this passionate about this? When all said and done, you got to be able to look yourself in the mirror and say, I at least tried if things don't pan out. You got to be happy enough with yourself to leave it on the ground if that time comes. But if it doesn't and everything moves because of the passion that you have, you got to be able to use that platform to take the next step and never settle, because it was as quick as it may come, as hard as it was to even get to it, it can be taken away just as fast.
The wisdom, the humility, the passion, the truth. Cleo Thomas, I thank you. I love you. I appreciate you for your time. I would love to have you back in the future, if that's possible.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing day today.
Thank you. You as well.
All right. For those that are just now tuning in or catching the tail end, that was Cleo Thomas. Cleo Thomas is widely remembered as the adorable Zero in the Walt Disney film Holes. He's also played in The Walking Tall opposite of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Roll Bounce opposite of Mike Epps and Megan Good, Dirty opposite of Cuba Gooding Jr., Hurricane Season opposite of Taraji and Forrest Whitaker, as well as Fox's Bones and House and FX's Sons of Anarchy and CSI. And I didn't even know that he was also on Grey's Anatomy, not Grey's Anatomy, ER. He is such a wealth to be so young and to have the wisdom that he has and to hear him speak so eloquently. Like I thank you. Thank you. I want to say shout out to Nikki Curry, our publicist, because she is the one that made this happen. And she is a artist, a brand finder. That is her hashtag, the brand finder. And she's absolutely amazing. She is not cheap, but she is definitely worth it. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, ZC Boston, 801 Mass Ave. Free parking all day long, well, up to 2 hours at least. Weekends, they have half off sushi from 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. And don't forget to ask for a lychee martini. That is my favorite martini in the whole wide world. If you like kinip, if you like ginnipa, you will love a lychee martini. Shout out to faithsnaturalbeauty.com. That's Faiths with an S, natural with an S, beauty.com. And if you go to the website to order, you will get free samples. You know we love free. For the men, please get your queen the bath soak, the Queen Divine bath soak. It smells like sex. It's absolutely amazing. She'll love it. You'll love it. You guys will have a great time. The rose infused oil, the pum pum wash, the deodorant. Do not forget about the events that are coming up. The Cruise Cares. Cruise was the first African-American construction company in the Northeast. We are going to have an interview with them, but they are having their first annual Cruise Care Walkathon, and this is a 3-mile walk to benefit the Cruise Youth Summer Work. So those babies that live in the Cruise apartments, those babies that live around the Cruise apartments, they are raising money and doing a 3-mile walk to benefit those babies that need jobs for the summertime, to help them prepare for college, to help them prepare for the world readiness. This is not a sponsor. This is something I believe in. Cruise Company is out here doing it, working, hiring, building, winning bids. This is a company that I think that we definitely as a community need to stand behind. I wish they'd go ahead and throw us some dollars, but it doesn't matter because they're doing what they can for the babies. And as long as they're working for the community, I don't have any complaints. Now, we have a few minutes. If you want to see Hidden Colors 4, and this is across the United States. Atlanta is featuring Hidden Colors 4. Birmingham, Alabama. Boston at Kendall Square. Woo, woo. Charleston, South Carolina. Chicago, Dallas, Detroit, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Hartford, Connecticut. Houston, Los Angeles, New York, Philadelphia. Raleigh, North Carolina. San Diego. San Francisco. St. Louis. Washington, D.C. These are all the cities that are selected theaters actually in these cities that are featuring Hidden Colors 4. Now, if you want to win a ticket to the Thursday night Boston premiere of Hidden Colors, well, it's not really Boston, it's really Cambridge, May 26th, please, 617-282-0062. This is this Thursday. I'm giving away 2 pairs of tickets. The tickets are $16 each. I'm giving 2 away, so it's a $32 value. If on Thursday you are available, May 26th, from 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. to go to Kendall Square Cinema, 1 Kendall Square in Cambridge, to watch Hidden Colors 4. 617-282-00. I got somebody in the inbox like, Tayla, I can't call. Okay, baby, you won a pair of tickets. I'm gonna reserve that ticket. You hit me up. You asked for them. You have not because you asked not, and you asked, so you have them. All right. All right. Somebody want to text message me. Are the phone lines not working? Nobody wants to see Hidden Colors 4. 617-282-0062. 617-282-0062. 617-282-0062. Nobody wants to see Hidden Colors 4 for free. Thursday night, Kendall Square. 617-282-0062. Tell your friends to tell your friends that this is a premiere across the United States. Selected cities, selected theaters. Boston was lucky to get Kendall Square. 617-282-0062. Rising, you're live.
Good morning, good rising.
Tell me one reason why you want to see Hidden Colors 4.
I've seen 1 and 2, so it would be very interesting to catch on the 3 and 4. At this point, I'm just willing to see whatever I can and catch them, sit down and watch it and be able to recite it back to my son and have him come with me to watch it.
But you want a pair, baby. You want a pair. So do me a favor, stay on the line. I'm gonna pull you up and get your information so we can go ahead and get you Thursday to see Hidden Colors 4, all right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I have somebody that kept on hanging up and trying to call back. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull you up, baby. Good rising, you're live.
Hi, good morning.
How are you? How are you?
Good.
Tell me one reason why you want to see Hidden Colors 4.
Well, first of all, I want to win it for my daughter because she actually grew up around that era with Cleo Thompson. So she is a fan. So I definitely want to win some tickets for her. So
Hidden Colors 4, Cleo Thomas is not in Hidden Colors 4. Cleo Thomas is working on another project. Soy Nero is the movie that is currently in the works right now or available right now. Hidden Colors 4, there is a 1, 2, 3 predecessor to 4, which talks about African history and African culture and African diaspora that is now here in Americas, the South Americas, and the growth of Africa in a sense, and what that means today in America. So that's what Hidden Colors 4 is about. Is that something you're even interested in?
Well, yeah, definitely. I'm an African American, so of course.
Okay. So what I would like to do is I would like to give you a pair of tickets. And on top of giving you a pair of tickets, I would like for you to give us a call either on Freaky Friday or on Monday and let us know, because since you haven't seen Hidden Colors 1, 2, or 3, let us know how you enjoyed 4, what you thought, whether you liked or disliked. Does that work?
I definitely will.
Thank you, baby. Thank you. Last but not least, good rising, caller. You're live. Hello, baby. It's you.
Hi.
Hi. Tell me one reason why you want to see Hidden Colors.
Hi. You talk to me to Stephanie.
Oops. I thought I pulled you up on this line. Good rising, caller. Tell me why you would like to see Hidden Colors. Hold on, Stephanie. I didn't pull you up. You must have been talking and I wasn't talking to you, but tell me why you want to see Hidden Colors 4.
I want to show my daughter our culture. So, and I haven't been to the movies in a while, so that would be perfect.
How old is your daughter?
She is 28. We hang out.
Well, you sound like you're 28, baby. Oh my goodness. So we currently have 3 callers on the line. All 3 of y'all won tickets. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the ticket. Like all 3, I want everybody to see the movie. So if I have to buy the 2 tickets for the 3rd winner, that's perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with that. So you guys stay on the line. I want to thank the listeners. I want to thank our sponsors. Do not forget, David Banner is coming to the Strand. David Banner is coming to Boston. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I am doing everything in my power to make sure that this is a free event. I want it to be free so everybody has no reason why they can't come out. That is July 23rd, when 2 or more pray, touch, and agree. Let it be. All right? Can we agree on that? Ashe, ashe. And don't forget about this Saturday being Family Movie Day. Shout out to Boss Lady News, Britt Johnson. Thank you so much for involving me in this project. Family Movie Day at the Strand this Saturday from 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. Come at any time. You're not paying for the movie. You're paying for food. It's going to be $10. Shout out to Zaz's, because Zaz is supplying our food. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you guys have an amazing day today. I feel good. It looks horrible outside, and y'all know how I feel about the outside, but it feels really good in my soul. I'm really excited for every single last one of us. Shout out to Out of Darkness. They had an amazing event yesterday, and I'm just happy, y'all. I really am happy, and I want us all to elevate and educate and uplift each other. And there's so much more to life. Just live. Just be happy. I love you. I appreciate you. And I hope you have an awesome day today. Big City 101.3.
All right, baby, you know what it is? It's DJ Sus One, the feature presentation. Listen, make sure you wake up with Tayla Andre Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 a.m. on Big City 101.3 FM. Wake up with the Radio Rebel. Politics, news, conspiracies. Wake up your third eye with unorthodox conversations leading to universal consciousness. That's the type of stuff I'm into, all right? Make sure you tune in. Let's go.
Hey. Thank you, Nikki Curry, the best publicist on earth. She's not cheap, but she's good at what she does. Cleo was absolutely amazing. I did not expect that deep of a conversation with him. I thought that it was going to be shallow. These are just my afterthoughts. I thought it was going to be shallow. I thought, as a child star, they have this entitlement. They have, I had preconceived notions of how today's show was going to go. And when I tell you that all of my whole, nope, wrong, Tayla, wrong. Let me get to these callers. Let me give away these tickets. I thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you all have an amazing day. Yes, Anari. Huh?
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
We're on a bus.
So, why? It's raining outside. Why are you on the bus?
I don't like taking the school bus.
All right, Elijah, I gotta go. I gotta take calls.
You still on the show?
Yeah, I'm not on the show, but I'm taking people won tickets. So let me go do what I do. I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna call you right back.
All right, bye.
Okay. I'm gonna knock the right night. And I run up. And I run up right.